Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanudamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. One question is always in our mind. Whenever we hear or read about the religion or the goal of religion or the high state of spirituality, we always have this question in our mind that theoretically it is okay. Are there people who have these qualities in them, or these qualities are manifested in them? Many great saints in our history we find, and their life is full of validation of these qualities, of the scriptures which says about the person who has this knowledge of God, knowledge of Brahman, or realized soul, etc. So Arjuna is asking to Krishna, when Krishna is explaining him this glory of yoga, glory of this goal of life where a person becomes fulfilled, achieving which nothing else remains to be achieved. So Arjuna is asking a question that you are telling me that there are people who has reached this goal, but it is very difficult to find, or very difficult to understand these people. We all have this idea. Many people come and ask, it's a modern time, so people think thousands of things about religion. First of all, there are so many religions you hear about. In the same religion, there are many sects or many paths. So people talk. To one person you go, they will say, take only the name of God is enough. Another person proclaims, what do you think? Just by repeating one name, you get everything. You cannot get anything. You see, diametrically opposite views. So, what are these things which a person can practice? Or what are those qualities if we find in a person? I can say that yes, here is a person who has reached a heights in spirituality that he or she seems to have achieved. Other someone was asking, why it is said that you should realize God or you should realize truth? I don't want to realize. What will happen if I realize? What will happen if I realize God? So I was telling that this is another state of our mind, that utility of the thing of what we get, what we have, if there is no utility, then that thing or a person is useless. There is a simple idea that which is combination of two is always meant for something higher or meant for something else. Everything. If you create a mobile phone, few things are joined together, connect together, and an instrument becomes which has capacity to talk to other person or send messages to other person or surf the website or whatever. So when you combine few things and make something, it has a third purpose. Purpose is something different. For that this machine is made. Some plastic things and some metallic things and some magnetic things and electrical things, all put together, it became a microphone set. Why do you make a microphone set? Because there is a purpose to achieve. So, A, B, C, D, four things combined together is a purpose. Otherwise, there is no point of combination. Our body is made of 5 elements because it's a purpose. Anything in the world, if it exists individually, it exists. We don't know how it came to existence, yes. But when we join it together, then there is a third purpose. So always people see from utility point of view. And this is one of the fallacy of our mind. That thing must be useful. Otherwise it doesn't mean anything. You will find those who are not artistic or those who are not imaginating people or kind of philosophical or whatever. So what happens? Any beautiful small thing you show them, people in general will ask this question. Oh, looks so beautiful, must be very expensive. Or what do I do with it? I must have utility of that, otherwise what is the value of this thing? And that's how we became, our mentality becomes, it's called utilitarian mentality. Utility point of view. But always you don't need to see things from utility point of view. Its existence itself is good. If you go and see Himalaya and ask her, what is the use of this? You don't need to have a use of this. It is grand and great. The presence of it makes you happy. You don't take Himalaya in your pocket and go back home. You meet a person, you appreciate that person, very simpleton, not crooked. But immediately, sir, what would be the use of him? Can I use him for it? Every time you don't need to think people how useful they are from your selfish or purpose point of view. Appreciating people as they are, or appreciating from goodness point of view. That attitude can be there in people. But coming back to our spiritual field, how to know, how to identify people? 2000 years before, even Jesus told to be careful about the false prophets. Nowadays, we all know, and things come out. People thought he or she is a great person, but not that great as we were thinking. Incidents and things happen. There is another point also. Without testing, without seeing, without even judging, somebody's judgment you believe and start ridiculing the person. This happens in this time, correct? Sri Ramakrishna says to Swami Samachittananda one day, this is the difference between man and God. To any man, you do 99 good to them. By mistake, you do one mistake or one harm to them, they will remember that one negative or harmful thing which you have done and forget all the 99 things which you do good. But God is something when you do 99 wrong things. You do one thing good, when they say there is a possibility of him to do good because he has done one good. This difference, as Sri Ramakrishna says, between thinking of a man and thinking of God. But if a man is with godly man or man is with some qualities of God, this thing comes in our life if we say that we are evolving people spiritually. We start recognizing good side of the people. We are full of faults. All of us are full of faults. But do we have something positive? To give importance to the positive things in a person, if you can see and if you can do that, it is one of your tests. It is one of my tests, our test, that we are progressing towards God. Many of us are initiated for 20, 30, 40 years. A person becomes a doctor by studying, say 20, even 18 to 20 years. 12 plus 5, 17 years. Or I do little more, 18 to 20 years. In 18 to 20 years, an ordinary boy or a girl becomes a doctor. And you have undertaken this course for 40 long years. And you think about, meditate about, repeating the name about a person who is God, and none of his quality comes in you, even in 1 or 2 or 3%. Either your God doesn't have those qualities, or your process of meditating on him is wrong. How it is possible? If you say, oh, I was initiated 20 years before, and I am repeating his name for last 20 years, 20 years you are repeating his name and none of his quality in any percent is not found in you. There is something basically wrong in your practice. Guru gave a correct mantra. Your Ishta led a correct life. Only your sadhana is not correct. I heard a very beautiful incident. One person came to a monk and said, last 20 years I am doing japa and kirtana. There is no progress. So what is the meaning of this tapasya? The monk doesn't get angry, but became a little agitated and telling, don't insert the value of taking the name of God. You did for 20 years and nothing happened to you, so something wrong is there in Kirtana or in Japa. If you are milking the cow, instead of keeping a pot or a bucket to collect that milk, you are keeping a seed. Every drop of milk goes out. When you do, hardly few drops of milk you get. Then you say this cow doesn't have milk. Because the utensil which you use has so many holes. We do kirtana, we do tapasya, we lead spiritual life with so many holes. There is a tank and a tape. You start filling the tank with water and the tape is open, or that tank has many holes. You keep on filling up the tank will never be filled up. Is the fault of the big reservoir from where the water is coming that your tank is not being filled up? So idea is this. Before even you start adding up something, you have to close the holes. You have to plug the holes. You have to close the taps through which the water would have gone out. In business they say, money saved is money earned. You were wasting money, so your income was not visible. As soon as you stop wasting your money, your reserves started increasing. So spiritual life also is like this. That we do spiritual practice, all of us do in our own way. But many times the result is not seen. Apparently you do not seem to have progressed. Even your behavior doesn't show that you have progressed to some people. If it is not so, there is some mistake in my doing tapasya. There is some mistake in the process in which I am living spiritual life. It is not a mistake of my Ishta. It is not a mistake of my Guru also. But it is my mistake in my attitude. So Arjuna asked this question to Krishna. That those who are doing spiritual practices, maybe some can reach that state of fulfillment. How can I recognize that person? What qualities can be there in that person? Qualities in their behavior or qualities in their way of living their life? What is that which makes him or her different from the rest of the people? So you ask this question. Now, Bhagavad Gita is a book of yoga, is a book of Brahma Vidya. It says about the goal, it also says about the way, how to reach that goal. It tells this from different point of view. 18 point of view it says. What is the way and what is the goal? That's why you are 18 yogas. So in this second chapter, you find this conversation. Again, when you come to 9th chapter and 12th chapter, you find another question. Again, when you come to 16th you get another chapter. The person who has achieved that goal, to be a devotee of God, or to be a yogi, to be a person who is beyond the three gunas. So you will find in Bhagavad Gita these three enlisted qualities. Second chapter you get the qualities of a sthita prajna, person of a steady wisdom. By steady wisdom, a person becomes wise, person becomes fulfilled, contented, enlightened. What are his qualities or her qualities? Somebody is a devotee of God. What are the qualities of that ideal devotee? A person who has gone beyond the gunas, become liberated. What are his or her qualities? These three are mentioned and listed. There are other small lists also are there. A person with a godly qualities. And you have a chapter called Daiva Asura qualities. Asurika qualities and Daivika qualities. Deva Asura Sampad Vibhaga. The qualities of godly person and the quality of worldly person. So our duty is to find out these qualities from Bhagavad Gita about the ideal person. And beautifully says Adi Shankaracharya in his commentary that those which are qualities of this person, each of those qualities becomes sadhana for us. Because it has not become our nature. It was Kritartha Lakshana, person who is Kritartha. You know, in some of the vernaculars in India we say, oh, I met you, you came to my home, oh, I became Kritartha. मैं कृतार्थ हो गया. What is Krita Artha? The whole purpose of my life, the meaning of my life became fulfilled when I achieved this or when I got this or something. So this Kritartha Lakshana, that which is blessed qualities of this person, but they are sadhana lakshanani for us. It is his nature. I have to practice and get that nature. Oh, he is so compassionate. I have to practice compassion and I have to develop compassion in me. Oh, he is a pure man. So the purity I must practice and achieve. So those which becomes his or her qualities, those same qualities becomes my spiritual practice, sadhana. We need to practice that to achieve that. So there are three sets, as I told. Sthita Prajna Lakshanani, Bhagavad or Bhakta Lakshanani, and Trigunatita Lakshanani. Enlisted. No doubt, very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you count. These are the Lakshana. People say, what spiritual practice? Live the life as you are living. Change the attitude with this and try to develop these qualities in you. Beauty is that all the qualities are internal qualities. There is no external qualities for you to immediately jump into. Nowhere you will find it is say one who goes to temple every day is my devotee. One who puts this kind of marks on his forehead is my devotee. No. One who wears Galwa clothes, he is my devotee. No. No external qualities or external signs are drawn. Yes, external is his or her behavior. So here, Arjuna asked this question to Krishna. You are telling about people who are established in yoga, and you call them Sthita Prajna, whose Prajna is steady, Prajna is Sthita, intellect, Buddhi, Sthira Buddhi. His resolution doesn't change. Sthita Dhi also is Buddhi. Sthita, steady. This Sthita Prajna or Sthita Dhi, how he speaks, how he behaves in public, how he sits, how he walks. This walking, sitting and speaking, not this three quality, he sits in Padmasana or he speaks this language, no, not from that point of view. Arjuna is asking, how I can recognize the person, one who is established in spirituality, his internal set of mind or set of qualities of his or her mind, and thereby his or her behavior. If you are compassionate, the compassion will be visible in your behavior. So he asked this question, Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha? What is his bhasha? What is his language? Not language, Hindi, Bengali, like that. No. What language he uses, bhasha, what kind of language he uses. Many times we say, people have different goals in their life. So there are many people who stand for the language. Some people ask me, nowadays fanatic ways are unfortunately increasing in many places. You know, stay in this state, you must speak our language. Why you are speaking different language? This kind of thing is increased now. This is sad. I remember I was in Allahabad, which is in Uttar Pradesh, where local language is Hindi. Some devotees came and they were speaking with me in Bengali, so I was replying in Bengali. One local gentleman said, "You know Hindi, correct?" I said, "Yes, I know." "Then why do you speak Bengali?" I said, "Excuse me, the person is speaking in Bengali, so I am supposed to reply in Bengali." No, you should not. You should speak only in Hindi." What kind of stupidity is this? So people are stuck up somewhere. Yes, we encourage, for example, we encourage Sanskrit. But we are speaking English. You appreciate one language doesn't mean you have to hate other things. It doesn't happen like that. So, not this bhasha. Bhasha not from the language point of view, but bhasha from what you speak and how you speak. Same thing you speak in a better language. If you are sitting down somewhere in the mission, it is already 9 o'clock, 9:30. We don't need to tell you, "Excuse me, sir, get out." No, you don't need to speak that language. You can very nicely say, "I think now it is time for closing the main gate. So it will be good if you can come tomorrow again. But now we would like to close." Whichever way you want to say. The way you say is what you are inside. It is not language, but it is the attitude or the power or the emotion or courtesy, etc., which is manifested in your language. So he says, Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha, Samadhisthasya Sthita Prajnasya. So it is not language, obviously. One is Samadhistha, one who has reached the culmination of his meditative, yoga or spiritual life. That's Sthita Prajna, whose prajna, whose buddhi, whose intellect, or whose mind in general, has become very steady. It doesn't default. Sthitati kim pravasheta. How he speaks to people. Kim asita. How he sits. Vrajeta kim. How he walks around. Remember, this is from Arjuna's standpoint. So his questions are these. We also, if you are searching for somebody, where do I find him? How he speaks, how he looks, etc. You ask a question to find a person. So here Arjuna says this, but it is nothing, no answer is given about the language or how he sits, in which posture, or how he walks. No. That means, what is his internal and external behavior? What qualities I find in him or her, so that I can say that yes, he or she is established in yoga, he or she is established in spiritual life. So in one word he could have told Krishna that a person is desireless. What is desire? Desiring is an emotion, hankering or wishing to get something which according to him will make him feel fulfilled. If I buy this, I will be happy. If I get this, I will be happy. If I can talk to him, I will be happy. People have varieties of things to be happy. If I can take selfie with him, I will be happy. So this kind of these small or big desires, each and every desire is only to be happy. You just find out. We continuously and constantly, we are trying to be happy. Long before, I think 20 years before, in one of the lecture here, I told and people laughed. I said, everybody wants happiness. People marry to be happy, people take divorce also to be happy. Diametrically opposite kind of action, but purpose is the same. You eat something to be happy, you fast also to be happy. You take little more food, extra food, because it is very tasty, to be happy. Now you are unwell because of taking more food, so you take medicine, that also to be happy. We constantly and continuously try to be happy. And to be happy, what we try is manifested as our desires. If you see from this point of view, and if you are discriminating properly, life becomes easier. Unless I buy this, I am not happy. The desire is so strong. But that is very expensive. No, I will work hard, accumulate money and I will buy. To get that thing, you work hard for so many days. Then you get those things or that thing. be happy for a while, then you understand that this doesn't keep me happy. It makes me happy, but doesn't keep me happy. Because another object comes in front of me. Again, next object. This is okay, this is mine. Now I want this thing. And we keep on doing this throughout our life. Just to give this analogy, another way of understanding. If my desire is this much, and if I fulfill this much, so this much portion I have not fulfilled, so this is my misery, and this much is my happiness. My desire is so much, I fulfill only up to here, so this unfulfilled desire becomes the cause of my misery. No need to give explanation, everybody knows this. Oh, so and so has this thing. Until I get this thing, I won't be happy. So you try to get that thing. If you have money, you get it. If you don't have money, you have money. Work hard to get that object, to be happy. And there is no end of it. Why there is no end of it? Because people don't think from this point of view. So if this much is my desire, this much if I fulfill, so this is my misery. If I reduce my desire, I instantly become happy. No need to work hard. Just intellectually and mentally think and reduce your desire. It may be difficult to be happy, but it could be easier to reduce your desire, because reducing desire is in mind. Acquiring thing, you have to work hard. So this desire is the root cause of every misery. We have taken this birth because of desire. Holy Mother Sri Sarada Hall says this. If you have a desire, it is because of desire you built up this building, to stay in this building, or to work out your desires through this body. Most of you should be knowing. We do karma, we do action, and then there is a result of action. The result of action could be suffering or enjoyment. You do something good, so you enjoy the result of your karma. If your karma was negative, so you undergo suffering as a result of karma. But every karma which you do, you may not get the instant result. But result will come to you. So that not enjoyed or not suffered, the result of karma has to be deposited somewhere. So there is a bank. There is a bank where your karma and the result of your karma is accumulated. Technically, the name of that bank is Apurva in our scripture. And then also we have this is Indian way of life, you hear all this thing. There is a person who keeps the account. His name is Chitragupta, correct? So Chitragupta has a big notebook. Here he writes about your good things, here he writes about your bad things, and then keeps the account. So when you die, he will say, okay, come. Oh, you have this one deficit. So suffer here, go to hell, suffer little, come back. So sir, only suffering is there, so enjoyment also is there. Yes, enjoyment is there. Okay, now you go to heaven, enjoy little and come back. And this continuously suffering and enjoying keeps on going. You keep on doing karma. No, karma is either good or bad. Either it gives you result as a points to enjoy, go to resort and exhaust your points, or penalty points are there, so you go to hell, suffer the penalty points and come back again. How long should I do it? Depends on you. Stop desire. No heaven, no hell. Our problem is when two people speak about heaven and hell, we forget that this heaven and hell is a relative term. In every religion, heaven and hell is there. When a Christian says eternal heaven, permanent hell, is a pure Christian concept. When a Hindu says about heaven and hell, is a holiday resort and also a place of suffering. A Hindu's, what he says heaven is not eternal. When a Christian says eternal hell, what we call liberation is called eternal heaven. Yadgatva, when you go there, na nivartante, there is no coming back. Tadham paramam. That is my award. Going there, a person doesn't return there. That's what Christian says heaven, where you be in the company of God. But when a Hindu says the same word, heaven, it's only a place of enjoyment. So Hindu's place of enjoyment is not the abode of God for Christians, no. The word is the same word we use, but actually meaning is very differently we take anyway. So, how it will go? And we have passed so many births according to all the Eastern religions who believe in reincarnation. So you take the birth, somewhere you have to suffer, no? So the same life which you are leading becomes a place of heaven or hell. Here only merit and demerit points you enjoy or suffer. But in this process, a wisdom or knowledge should come that this is unending merit and demerit points. And again I am keeping work and fighting and getting this and desiring for this and that. It is unending. The first thing is, I should stop doing karma so that the new addition in Apurva, the karma phala addition, will stop. But you cannot stop doing karma. So you start doing nishkam karma. I do it for the sake of God. I don't do it for my desire. What you want to achieve out of it? I don't want to achieve anything out of it. I am the servant. And this should be continuously in our mind. That's how we are supposed to lead, or a devotee is supposed to lead the life. But we forget. On a long term, I am a monk, so I don't have anything. I am not thinking to buy a condo, I am not thinking to buy a car or something. No, that is not my goal, maybe. What about the small things? So big desires you leave, small desires you keep. They are also desire. Holy Mother says, even if you have a desire to eat a small piece of sweet, lingering that desire, you die, you have to come back, eat the sweet, then only you are free. So don't desire. So when you leave this world, this one goal, when you leave this world, see that you don't leave this world full of desires. Whatsoever, be free. I was telling, when you leave this world like a king, that I don't want anything. I am satisfied, I am contented, absolutely nothing I want. Many things you have in this world, but you die like a beggar. No, I want this. No, before I go, I should do this. Before I go, I should see my grandson. Because nobody is going to help me anyway. Just go, repeat the name of God if you have. Otherwise, this state of mind, I remember a lady whom I knew, difficult to tell because she was not Hindu. She was not by race Indian also, so she doesn't have this concept. She developed cancer, and 7 days before her passing away, she told me, Swamiji, what will happen to me? I don't go to temples, I don't go to church, I don't go to Buddhist temple, I don't go to mosque, I don't go to any religious place, I don't do any worship, I don't do meditation. What do you think is going to happen to me? I said, you are in the right path, because no scripture has ever told that going to temple, without that you cannot achieve anything. I said, there is one thing which is state of mind, and second thing, what you can do really. For that you don't need to go anywhere, for that you don't need to spend a cent. And this question, who is asking me? One whose body is full of cancer. She also knew that I have few days to go. She cannot lie down. She cannot lie down. She has to sit like this only. The moment she will lie down, she will die. So doctor said you cannot lie down. So this table, there are tables where you increase the height. In the hospital you find when you take food, they adjust the height. That table was brought home up to here, and what pillow you use in aeroplane, the round one, that she will put and she will sleep like this. So her back has not touched the bed for months. She can't lie down. As soon as she lie down, everything will crush up and eventually choke her. In this state, she asked me, what should I do? So I said, one thing if you can do, you say yourself that I have enjoyed a lot, I have suffered a lot. No desires. I don't want anything. If you believe in God, which God? Not necessary. God is not which. God is only one. So you pray if you want. But not to desire anything. Second thing, what you should believe, okay, I don't desire anything. Do what? Remember people who came in your contact since your memory goes. Good people came, people who loved you, bad people came, who hated you. Some people served you, some people harmed you. If you, whomsoever you remember, just pray for them. That God should bless them. And I do not have any attachment or aversion for these people. This makes you free from even with all these people. And if you keep this contented state of mind, maybe to encourage her or to give her solace, I told her, God is sitting on the other shore to receive you. And these few words, which out of goodness or out of love or out of respect which came out for her, last few days of her life became so contented and peaceful. She's not able to sleep, she's not able to eat, she's not able to do anything. But she told me a few days before she passed away, I'm contented, I'm peaceful, I'm at peace, don't worry. I don't want anything. And she didn't care for her condo, her car, her bank balance, nothing. I said, that is true. Whether you believe in religion or not a coin is going to go with you. Everything what you said, I have, which is not you, but these things I have, all these things will remain here, only you go. Even your body will remain here, you go. So don't be attached to anything. Be contented in the name of God and pray for all the people who helped you or harmed you. Those who harmed you, pray little more. It may be easier to be detached with people whom we love. It is very difficult to be detached with the people whom we hate. So I said, do little more prayer for the people whom you hate or you dislike. And that will make your heart free. It is not for them, it is for you to be free. And she told, and they'll content her. Maybe. I don't stay with them. So fine morning I came to do it, she passed away. But the idea is this. Actually speaking, all our life days are numbered. Some number is more, number is less. It is not uncountable. It is countable number of days we have in our life. Maybe a few thousand or a few hundred or a few days, we don't know. So our goal is this. We should be leading the lives of great. Arjuna's question is this. How I recognize what are the internal and external qualities of this person? And then Krishna starts giving answer. We shall see next. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Namaste. Tomorrow is Adi Shankaracharya's birthday. Our program will start at 6:15.
Day after.
Oh, day after. Sorry. Day after. Thank you.